Hey makers, I just wanted to show you how you could find a clip art image on the internet or on Google and then import it into Canvas and separate it into layers. So obviously love is in the air, Valentines is around, and I wanted to find an image, and that's the one I saw that I liked. Easy enough, just going to right click, save image as, and I will just save that. I already have, but you would just name it what you want and save, so I'm just going to cancel that. And then you bring in your canvas, and this one here is image tracing. So I've got the image on my computer. I'm going to click here, and it's this long one here, and that's going to bring it in. Now at the moment it's got the outline of the whole image, which is fab, but I need these bits as well. So not just trace outer edge, I'm going to go to trace areas by colour. So then it's going to pick up these bits as well, but it's also picking up this shading, and I don't want that. I just want it to be a block heart and then with the love banner over the top. So I can do that just by reducing the amount of colours it's picking up. So if we take that down to just 2, it's just going to pick up the white and the red. And I'm going to unclick this because I don't want it to bring in the original and the background. So paste the image on the drawing area, no thank you. So I unclick, and this looks correct to me. This is the shapes that I want. So I'm going to go OK. And then that's going to bring that in here. So this heart is 1. So all of that will be red. And then this layer here will be white. And as I remove these, you'll see where things are doubled up, you will get duplicates. And you can normally tell because the line will look a little bit thicker. But the easiest way is click on it, move it away, and you'll see what you're left with. So I'm just going to select all of those and delete. So I just want these 2 layers here. There we go. So this one I'm probably going to cut out, I don't know, in white, but let's turn that grey so we can differentiate. Fine. And then this one I know I'm going to do in red, so I tend to just fill them so you can really see what you're working with and how it's going to come out. So this will be the base layer, and then this will go on top and fit perfectly blunk over there. So that's how it will look, but because I'm doing it in different colours, I need it as 2 separate layers. So the grey and the red. Now I'll put these together for now because I also want to cut a card that's the right size at the same time. So just going to shrink those down to move them out of the way. I'm going to do a really basic card shape, so just a rectangle please. Bring it down here, and I'm going to make it, there we go. I always just use these guidelines as well. So you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 wide. So I know that I want to score in the dead center there. So easy way to do that. Click where you want, and this will, I'm not clicking anything, I'm not holding anything down, but as you move, it will say, well, where do you want me to end? And when you find where you want me to end, click, and click to complete it there. So that line at the moment, as indicated here, is just a straight line, and that will be a cut line. So instead what I will do is I will turn it into a dotted line, which works perfectly as a score line. So these little lines will be cuts, but that works as a score line for me. Now at the moment these 2 are separate, so if I moved it, that score line would remain where it is. So I'm just going to Control Z to undo, Control Z. And what I'm going to do first is just pick those 2 together, and I'm going to group them, and that means that then the rectangle and the score line are always going to stay together. So that's about the size card I want, and then I'm going to take this, I won't group that because I want them as 2 separate layers in a second, but just to get my sizing right for this card, I'm going to know that I want it, yeah, that looks right. Okay, so let's move the card up here. I'm going to cut that out. I'm not sure what colour, that might be white. This section here is a different colour, is the grey, and then the red. So when I load my mat, I will put a red section on the bottom quarter, grey over here, and then whatever I want my card base to be up here. But I would obviously put those bits of card on and then scan it through to make sure that the placement is in the right place. So happy with that, I will then export and transfer to my machine. So before I cut anything, what I will do is I will scan the mat with the card on it just to see that everything's sitting in the right place, and that will just pull the mat through and it will show me on the screen my card placement and my design placement. Just touched the wall at the back there, apologies. So there we go, that's that done. Look at that, ba-ba, all fits perfectly. But if it didn't, I could just take it and move it. But that is in the middle of my white card there. That's in my red, and this is in the pink section. So I am happy, so I go OK. Please select. I can either go back or I can go this one, and that will tell me whether I want to draw or do I want to cut. My cut blade is loaded. I want to cut. So I say, let's just check, 3 minutes, auto, 3, half cut on, whoop, I last cut vinyl. So we just go settings, and we go down, and we go half cut on, off. Everything else is fine. Weeding box is off, don't need that, not doing vinyl. Blade adjustment, cut speed 3, auto with the SDX, we are all good. So it's set to cut. Everything's there, I know it's in the right place, and here comes the hard work. Oh, thank you very much, you do it for me. Okay, now I've done all that hard work. I can peel this section off here. This is my card base. And as you can see, that's got the score line in it. So I will fold. That's my card blank, ready to go. Lovely pearlescent pink this. So the glue is a little bit wet, but I'm anxious to show you. So there you go. All just from an image I found on ClipArt, and the whole thing probably less than 10 minutes. But don't tell my other half. Just a quick thought, I wanted to show you, obviously you could use the same designs and template that's already on the machine, but just use different coloured card and you will get a completely different look. Let me show you. So this machine is just finished cutting the original one, and I'm going to say, okay, thank you very much. And then I don't want the background again, so I will show you how to get rid of that. Okay, because I'll just use the back of the card to show you, so I don't need to cut that again. But this section here I now want in red, which is at the top of my mat, and this I want in the patterned card I showed you. So they're roughly the right place. But again, we are going to do our scan to make sure. So yes, please scan my mat. This is why a scanning machine, a digital cutting machine with a scanner is so brilliant. So love is in, as you can see, that's in the red. So happy with that. It's a bit faint, but there's my patterned card. So the heart is definitely in the right place. I'll bring it down because I like that card. Who likes waste? Not me. So they're in the right place. So I say thank you very much. And time for me to do the hard work. Cut, cut, cut. Away you go. Fab. So the shapes are cut out exactly the same as this one, but this one, the banner, I've done red, and the heart I've chosen a patterned card. So let's put that together. So here are my sections. Put the heart in the card there. And whoop, there. Put that in the centre. And confusing myself there. And there. And then the love section goes on top. So we can either have that showing through, or if you didn't want it, you can obviously remove that section and just have there. But I like it to look like the heart is all the way through. So you can either glue it right next to each other or leave a tiny little gap like I did on the last one. So let's just make sure that looks central enough. Get out my glue. So just on the back of here. Equal little pushes. So it's the same design. I was even thinking you could do this bit in vinyl, have a bit of a shine to it, but exactly the same design. Didn't change anything once it was done in Workspace Canvas. Just cut it out of different material. It gives you a very different look. Cheeky double-sided. Yeah, so same, but completely different look. I think it'd be a bit weird if I give this card now. Nah, it's like 2 for 1.